Welcome back, everybody. Part 14. My goodness, I've been here a long time. So, welcome to part 14 of 21 years in Thailand as an English teacher, 1 ex-wife and 3 dogs in heaven. I left you last time talking about the pandemic, yeah? So the pandemic's going to feature heavily today, but there's a few things I want to mention before that. Some stuff that's been going on. I told you that I'd separated from the ex-wife and I was men behaving badly on the apps, back on the dating scene, having a great time, to be fair. My ex-wife moved back down to Surat Thani and I think she opened up a little restaurant down there, so she was, you know, getting herself organised, and again, fair play to her. She'd made a lot of friends down there. We lived there for nearly 10 years, so yeah, like I said, she's a survivor. She opened up a restaurant, and yeah, life went on. Of course, divorce was the next thing, and it quite shocked me actually, because I was really worried that a divorce was going to pretty much cost me 50% of everything I had. Now, 50% of everything I had wasn't a great deal, but it was a lot to me, because I'm on my own now with my beautiful dogs, and you know, I've got to start putting some money behind me. Because of the car situation, you know about the car being refinanced, I did kind of use that as leverage. So when it came to talking about getting divorced, I just said, look, there's nothing for you. You took everything I had. You took the car, you took the money, and yeah, I pretty much dug my heels in and said, look, that's it. There's no more. I'm not doing any more. So we went to the office in Prachuap, and you know what? You can get divorced for £1. I'm not kidding. I think it was £1. And the guy in the office said to me, are you sure? I said, yeah, I'm sure. Signed my name, got a certificate to say I'm not married, paid £2 or £1, whatever it was. It was pennies, and we parted amicably. So, you know, to be fair to her, she could have pushed it, and she could have taken me to court, whatever, but she knew that she knew. So we both just moved on. I mean, we kept in touch. Of course, there were the occasional requests for financial help, and of course I did help her a little bit, but divorced. And yeah, I was just back on the dating scene again and just having a good time, to be honest with you. And then I met someone. She's different. She's different, you know. Now listen, seriously, I met someone on the apps, and that was a few years ago now. We're still together, and quite frankly, she is the most beautiful, loving, caring, loyal, fantastic, amazing human being I've ever met. I've met a few. I am really lucky because this young lady is extremely well educated. She's got a fabulous job. She's a clinical psychologist. She's a government officer. And she's absolutely amazing. And I am a very, very lucky man. I'm not easy because, you know, she's quite a bit younger than me. When I met her, I was 50 and she was 30. So there's 20 years difference, yeah? I know it's hard to tell. But anyway, because of my divorce and all of the, you know, subconscious problems I'd suppressed, making another commitment has been really tough. And, you know, my girlfriend, I'm going to talk more about this in the next episode, but my girlfriend is not only amazing, she's also very patient. And she has stood by me through everything. And because she's a clinical psychologist, she's also been able to help me a lot with my job, dealing with people. You know, I've learnt a lot from her, and she's been really helpful. And I'd like to think she's learnt a bit from me too, you know. We've had our ups and downs. But yeah, got divorced. Absolutely determined to stay single now forever. No. But to be fair, I'm in love, and she is, like I said, she's amazing. She's probably going to get angry that I've told you all about her, because she's a very private person. She comes from a really amazing family. She's a very lucky girl, and I'm a lucky guy. So yeah, on the relationship front, things have turned around completely. She never asks me for anything. When we go to the restaurant, she pays half. It's a given. Sometimes she just pays for it all. She just buys me things. I mean, it is just a different level. It's a different level. You know, when you get involved, again, I'm not being disrespectful to people in Isan, but a lot of the girls in Isan come from poor families, so they have a struggle, you know. It's not their fault, but that's a fact of life. However, my current partner, she is from a really good family, and she's had a very privileged life. But to be fair to her, she has studied, she has a master's degree, and she works bloody hard, and she deserves everything she's got. So yeah, things have turned around. And then it's just me, my girlfriend, the dogs. We're going to the beach for walks in the evening. I'm throwing myself into work. It's all good. And then boom, pandemic hits. And like I told you, I had a course going at the time, and there were teachers on the course. The course had finished. They're stuck in the guest house. They started turning against me, but we managed to find them jobs. But you know what? Thailand went absolutely mad. Everything just shut down. Literally shut down. We couldn't socialise. All the restaurants were closed. I mean, I'm sure it was the same wherever you are. The world went mad, didn't it? You know, queuing up in the supermarket, there were like X's on the floor. You had to stand a metre or two behind the person in front. Schools closed. There was a period of time when everything just closed. And Thailand's economy really suffered. Obviously, they rely on tourism. And places like Phuket just fell to pieces. A really tough time for everybody. And I'd like to hear your comments, because I was at home a lot, I started drinking again. It became like, oh well, I'm not working tomorrow, so I'll have a couple of drinks tonight. And what happens is it kind of creeps back in, and it ends up being every day. So I'm sure that happened to a few people, and I'm also sure there's lots of you that it didn't happen to as well, and well done. But yeah, it was a time of uncertainty. But of course, the TEFL business, which relied on bringing people through an airport that's closed, on planes that aren't flying, it was over. And also the TEFL industry was changing. Things were changing. People were buying cheap online certificates. That seemed to be the way it was going. They were moving away from in-person courses. I know there's still lots of courses doing really well, but I don't know, things just seemed to change, and people started getting Groupon certificates and buying a TEFL for $20. I mean, it's shocking. It's shocking, because they're not going to know how to teach. As simple as that. But yeah, things change, and what I tried to do was I tried to go online, and yeah, I had a little bit of success, but I just I was kind of beaten, really. I thought, I just didn't think it was going to take off. So yeah, for that was it. The TEFL company was over. I'm still working at the college, and I slowly went back to working at the college again. Of course, after the restrictions started to lighten, and we were able to go back to college and teach. obviously wearing the full face masks and social distancing and all that stuff. So it was a bit weird. But we got through it, right? We all got through it. And now it seems like a distant, crazy memory. I had my jabs, so I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I just did what I had to do, and it was part of the, you're working here in Thailand, you've got a visa, you've got a work permit, so you need to get your jabs. So I had to do it. I wasn't forced to do it, but I was advised to do it, and I did it, right or wrong. I'm sure there's lots of you out there thinking, oh, you're mad. I probably am, but I did it. And that was the end. So I'm with my new wonderful girlfriend, bless her heart. I'm with my 3 beautiful dogs, Lucky, Mimi and Chokdee. Ex-wife's down in Surat, got a little restaurant. I'm divorced, and life goes on after the pandemic. And in the next episode, I'm going to tell you what happened to me after the pandemic. Yeah, a bit of drama. So, thanks for listening. Check my other videos, loads of good tips. There's some longer videos now talking about resume and other stuff. I'm trying to make some longer videos. But please like, share, subscribe. Check my website, and I'll see you for part 15. Thanks, teachers. Boom!